Hello, welcome back to my channel. I haven't made a video in like a month, and that's literally because I've been revising for my A-levels and trying to get the course content finished, which is still not finished, but let's just not talk about that. For some context, if you don't know who I am, my name is Radhika and I live in Northern Ireland. These exams are not my first public exams. I sat exams in 4th year for GCSE because our system here is different. But not gonna lie, these exams are more important than those ones and I am stressed. Okay, so let's split this video up into sections. Firstly, you may be wondering, well, what subjects do you do? When are your exams? And do you have advanced information? No, I don't have advanced information. I know in England they gave that out, but here in Northern Ireland, we didn't get anything like that. We just kind of got the option to take out small parts of our exams. So for maths, I'm only sitting one exam. For chemistry, I'm sitting all of the exams. I'm sitting the 2 compulsory papers and I'm sitting 2 practical papers. And then biology, I'm just sitting the 2 compulsory. So overall, I've got 7 exams, which start from the 12th of May and finish on the 21st of June. How am I feeling for each of my subjects? For maths, I'm not gonna lie, because it's only one paper, it's only pure maths, no mechanics, no statistics. I can kind of just focus on the pure maths, and I actually enjoy maths. So it doesn't feel like a chore when I'm revising it. Although there's some topics like functions, modulus, sequences, those are just my least favorite topics. I absolutely despise those topics. I really like calculus, I really like differentiating, integrating, I like trigonometry. That's my kind of thing. And then on top of that, in school, we've already finished the maths course. We finished it a week from today because this is now Wednesday. So, and then on top of that, because we've already finished the maths course in school, it takes a lot of pressure off me, so I can kind of just focus on my 2 sciences. Now for chemistry and biology, I'm not gonna lie, I really underestimated chemistry this year. I thought chemistry would be so easy. I thought I would just be able to I don't know. I don't even know. I was kind of stupid. I thought, oh, it'll just be an easy subject because I've always enjoyed chemistry. So I've never had to actually do a lot of work for it to get the grades. Especially at GCSE. Honestly, it's really hard. I feel like I'm doing the bulk of my revision for chemistry just because it's I don't know, it just takes so much time for it to go into my brain and stay there. I put a poll on my Instagram and I put something up saying if my life didn't have benzene in it, it would be so much simpler, which is literally true. Aromatic chemistry I find so difficult, and it seems a lot of you agree because you all sent me private messages saying that. For biology, I would say biology I've always just found hard, but I think it's more interesting than chemistry, so I don't actually mind having to revise it. Although some of the ecology stuff, no, I don't like that. Let's talk about 6th form. I'm not sure about other schools, but my school give us study leave, which is really good. I get off, I think, maybe around the 16th of May. I'm not exactly sure, but that's 3 weeks away. And it feels scary that in just that short space of time, I'm going to finish my secondary school journey. It feels kind of strange because although I'm 18 legally, I don't sometimes feel 18. I feel because we went into lockdown, mentally I'm still 16. I still feel oh, I can just kind of do whatever I want with my time, but I actually have to use it now to revise. I think it's because the last time I sat exams was 3 years ago, and in 3 years so much has changed. I think as well, I feel there's something in this air. Everybody I know this year has found 6th form so hard. I'm in upper 6th, and all of the people that I'm friends with, we've all found it really hard mentally. I remember talking to one of my friends and he was this year's been so shit. I think everybody is just really stressed about trying to get into uni in the first place because it's become so hard to actually get offers from universities, or if you're waiting on waiting lists, that's even more stressful. And I definitely do think, especially around Christmas time, my birthday, which was in January, I was really stressed and I just hated going to school. It was just such a chore for me. I just didn't enjoy it. I was kind of just going to school for the sake of trying to get my A-level courses finished, not because I actually wanted to go. But I think now, now that we're kind of coming to an end, I'm oh, I really wish that I'd kind of enjoyed that time and took it a bit easy. I am definitely one of those people that overthinks everything. I do kind of get stressed quite easily. So I wish I had like just stopped back then and taken a pause and appreciated it, because now it's like, oh, in a few months everybody's going to university, everybody's going to be like kind of moving on, and I want to do that. Like, I'm excited for that, but at the same time I'm really nervous. I want to talk a little bit about pressure, and not I don't even know what the equation for pressure is. Is it like force over area? That was a really shitty joke, but I haven't spoken to anyone in a while, if you could probably tell that. But I want to talk about pressure that we as students kind of place on ourselves. I want to make a dedicated video on this, but I want to say I feel like I have started to adopt this mindset that, is it worth losing sleep over? Because I am definitely that person that overthinks everything and loses sleep literally every single week over something that in hindsight isn't even that important. Like, don't get me wrong, my grades are so important to me. Like, school is definitely up there in all of my priorities, but sometimes like I can lose sleep over grades, as in I can lose sleep kind of worrying, oh my god, am I going to do well in my exams? What if this goes wrong? What if that goes wrong? And like, it's not worth it, you know, because then the next day I'm just tired, and then I get really angry, frustrated, upset, emotional. Like, it's just not worth it. I think another source of pressure is definitely like, if you watch those study YouTubers, and as someone who makes study content themselves, like, I do feel partly responsible for this. It's sometimes people think, oh my god, they revise like the full day, and then you feel bad about how much revision you do. Like, for some reason on YouTube, I've been getting recommended so many how to study for 10 hours a day, how to study for 12 hours a day videos. And it makes me think, like, should I be studying that many hours a day? Like, is that productive? If I take into account that I probably sleep for like 7 to 8 hours a day, and then I've got 16 hours of the day, do I need to spend 12 of those studying? And I do 3 A-levels, like, bear that in mind. I think like a more productive kind of way of looking at it is to maybe do like 2.5 hours a day per subject. I know like some of my friends who do 4 subjects do like 8 hours, but that's because they do like 2 per subject, so then it adds up to 8. I sometimes do like 2 hours per day for each subject, so 6 hours in total. But then like sometimes then your parents can be like, oh, that's not enough. So then you start to question, you're like, wait, am I doing enough? Am I not doing enough? And that's like another big source of pressure, especially like, I don't know, maybe not from somebody else, but for me. I feel like I'm rambling, but I think my point is, don't compare the amount of time you study to the amount of time somebody else studies. That's what I'm basically trying to say. I suppose quality revision is just like much better than saying, oh yeah, I studied like 10 hours a day, but out of those 10 hours, how many of them were you actually studying versus how many of them were you just kind of counting down the time till your revision break? Do you know what I mean? Okay, lastly, before I like end this video, because I need to go and study again, because that is literally my life at the minute, I want to talk a little bit about like me as a person. I feel like at the minute my entire life has just been eat, sleep, study, repeat. Like, that is it, and that's okay because it is exam season. But definitely, like, if there's one thing I'd want anybody to take away from this video, apart from not comparing yourself to anybody else's revision time, take time for yourself. You don't have to be studying every single second of every single day. That is not productive whatsoever. And I don't think, like, if it makes you happy, do it. But if it doesn't make you happy, like, don't sacrifice time for yourself over studying. I was talking to somebody on Instagram who is also a study YouTuber, and that's what she said. She's like, I maybe do like 3 to 5 hours a day, but I do 3 to 5 quality hours a day. And then I go out with my friends, I go out to do like exercise, I go out to eat, that sort of thing. Like, at the minute, I think one of my biggest hobbies is playing the piano. I might insert a clip of me playing the piano if I can find one. It's not great, but it's something that I've actually just started to do because I really enjoy it again. I used to play for like at least 5-6 years, and then I hated it when I did it. But now that I don't do it anymore, I don't do structured lessons, I just kind of like teaching myself it, and that's my way of relaxing. Some of my friends are really into baking, some of them are into reading, some of them are into sport. Like, you kind of have to find something, I think, that will keep you sane. Otherwise you'll go crazy like studying and just trying to like get everything done. Like, don't worry about the content. At the end of the day, the content will get done, but you need to make sure that you're in like the right frame of mind to understand the content. Okay, so I guess that's kind of like all I wanted to say. I just really wanted to pick up a camera and film. If you've got GCSEs, if you've got A-levels, or if you even have like uni exams coming up or aptitude tests, I wish you all the best. You know, all of that hard work will definitely pay off. And I mean, summer's only like 10 weeks away, which sounds like a lot, but like in the grand scheme of things, it'll go by so quickly. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Please stay safe, and I will see you maybe not next week, but very soon for another video. Bye!